it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be flawless. What you have to offer, what you want to create, you are enough. And that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. I apologize, I have not made a podcast. I've been busy and it would just kind of fall by the wayside, finding that time to be alone and share thoughts. And I was recently at the beach for a week and I thought I would make a podcast while I was down there, but I got busy and would forget about it. Like, no, I don't want to make a podcast. I want to be outside. I want to paddleboard. I want to swim. I want to go hiking, whatever. And so I haven't made one in a few weeks, and it's been sort of a thing of what do I want to talk about? And I kind of wanted to talk about something that me and this girl, this lady, we were swimming and we kind of just gravitated towards each other. And I purposely was trying to swim closer to people because there was so many jellyfish in the water. I got stung and I have some bumps on my neck that's itchy, but didn't feel it when it happened. Um, I was just trying to get close to her so she could like help me, keep my eye out, make sure there's no sharks, make sure there's no jellyfish I'm swimming into. And we just kind of were close by, and she looked and I was like, what is it? Like, I need to know, right, what is it? And she said, no, it's not that. I dropped one of my bracelets. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, just checking. I'm just saying there's a lot of jellyfish and stuff out here. It was a lot of marine life, which was so nice to see. I loved seeing all the different fish. Just didn't want to see jellyfish and or something really bigger that would eat the small fish. So, which I never did. And so then she kind of laughed, and that was it. We just started talking, and this is one of the conversations that we ended up talking about for like an hour, just like just wading in the water, feeling the waves crash over us. And then this was like our hour-long conversation is about being enough and starting over, because I feel like that's where I've been and this year, and I kind of hate it. And anyway, so I'm pet sitting right now. That's why I have this glamorous backdrop behind myself as I'm in their kitchen. And this is where the best lighting is. And there's 5 dogs in this house. One of them is a Great Dane, and the rest are very big. And then there's a small pit bull. So bless her heart, she's the smallest. So if you hear barking, if you hear dogs running in, that's what it is in the background, is all of these dogs that are, oh my gosh, all these dogs that are in this house.
You said Munster? You're cute. Did you know that?
And then this one's a sweetheart.
Yes, he is. Oh my goodness.
Winsley, let me show you how big this horse is.
Winsley, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, that's Rio. Okay. Winsley, where'd you go? There she is. There's the cow. The big horse.
Yes. So this is how big she is on me. Right beside, she'll come up almost to the armpit. Like and I'm 5'6". So I think, and I mean, this girl's big. She has literally stood up, like put her paws on my shoulder and made eye contact, and I was intimidated. So anyways, so I have a lot of friends here with me. So bear with me while I make a podcast, and you might hear sounds. And I forgot Lil Maine, the little pit bull.
The little pit bull, she is so sweet. So sweet. That's so pretty. Oh, so pretty.
You're so silly, monster. Can I help you? Do you have an appointment? Okay, so after that introduction, I'm going to sort of start talking about what's been on my mind, and also too what we spoke about, because I thought it was really good. Ignore the jellyfish bites on my neck. I put essential oils on them because they were getting so itchy. Anyways, I just really thought it was such a good, wholesome conversation to have with a stranger at that, somebody you just met on the beach. But it's like we were sort of in the same place. I believe she was probably older than me, but she's probably close to my age. I'm 33. So I would think she was get closer to 40. Could be wrong. sorry, but I just felt like she just sounded like she was older than me, and so maybe she is. But either way, she's in my age bracket, and I feel like she is in a place of transition like I am as well. And except for my place of transition is just not fun. I just don't like it. So this is sort of like me talking about what we spoke about, but also too it's like me venting because I'm frustrated. I'm so frustrated with my life. And so she is in the process of moving and kind of going back to her hometown and where she's from to be closer to her family, and she's changing careers, and it sounds like something she's very sounds like something that is already been cultivated and is established, and so she's just stepping into it. And so it's a really awesome conversation that we had. It was really really good and wholesome, and she had a lot of points, and I was telling her about my YouTube and making podcasts. And she was like, yeah, I could totally see you creating something, drawing or painting or whatever, and then just talking about stuff. And I was like, well, it's just all I have to give. And I told her, like, because of all of my experience as a photographer and videographer and graphic designer, I know how to make things look polished, and I know how to make things with excellence. And I said, it's really hard for me to just kind of make a podcast and just be raw. This is not my ideal backdrop. I would love to have a microphone so it just sounds more high quality. You'll have people like talking to the microphone like this, and it just sounds like, you know. And I would love to have like better lighting, and I love using natural lighting. So that's why I came to the kitchen, because the most of the windows are right here. There's a bay window here, so a lot of natural light. Even though the sun is setting, it's still really nice and bright in here without having to turn on like use a light bulb or electricity. So I love natural lighting, like absolutely. It's always my first choice. And so anyways, I told her it's just weird to be just raw and unedited, just make a video, upload it to YouTube, and like there it is. And I said, but you know, like time wise, this helps me. I mentioned that in my other podcast, that like production wise, it just helps my already busy schedule to not have to worry about editing, slicing, dicing, adding visual effects, music, subtitles, coloring, to just upload this. Like I get to make it and then upload it, leave it, move on with my life. And it's just better for me and my busy schedule, and also to my resources. Right now I'm not with my laptop. My laptop is back home because this is a very short pet sitting job. I'll be home tomorrow night, so sometimes I don't have my laptop with me, and sometimes it's just difficult to have to go through all those steps. And so I told her, I said, I'm just, I'm doing it raw, and I'm having to tell myself that that's enough, that's good enough. And she actually kind of filled in the blank for me. I was saying how I'm trying to make myself accept that this is okay, and then she said, it's enough. And she said it for me, and I was like, yeah, yes, thank you for like summing it up for me. It's enough. It's good enough. I am good enough. Just talking to my camera and just putting stuff out there, like this is good enough. I don't have to, have on a fancy suit or a fancy attire. This is just lounge clothes. I took a nap, and I needed that nap. It was a very good nap. I don't know if you guys have heard that audio, but oh my gosh, I needed that nap. I was dead today. So, I mean, like, yeah, I want to look nice. I want to have the good lighting, the really pretty backdrop. This is not it. Ignore the kitchen. But I'm at a place where I'm just, trying to realize that this is good enough and this is okay. And maybe one day I can get there where I have my own space for making podcasts or making other types of videos. Maybe I'll have a place where I can film and it looks nice and polished, and maybe I can do that. But I'm like, right now where I'm at in life though, this is what I can do, and it's enough. It's good enough. And so I like what she was just very encouraging. Her name was Brianna. I don't know if she pronounced it like Brianna or if it's Brianna, I can't remember. She only said it once for me, but we are friends on Facebook, so that's nice. But she just had a lot of encouraging things to say, and she said she's also sort of in that place of um, starting over and finding her place and switching careers and starting over in the place that she's from and things like that. So she had a lot of her own journey. And so this is the part where I'm going to like vent and share my journey. And it is the fact that I'm 33 years old and I feel like I've reached a dead end in my life. And that's really hard to it's hard to like accept that and sort of embrace that. And I told my friend at the beach, I said, at the same time though, there's a lot of possibilities. It's like, what do I want to do now? I mean, because part of me is like, well, God, what am I supposed to do? But at the same time, it's like, well, what do I want to do? And she again filled in the blanks for me and said, there, it's freedom. I was like, yeah, it's a really good way to put it. There's freedom there. There's a lot of freedom to experiment and to explore and a lot of possibilities. And at the same time though, it's really discouraging. It's like I do look at it like freedom. I do look at it like I have options. But at the same time, it's really discouraging because I'm starting over from rock bottom, and and I don't know which way to go. And so I'm trying. I feel like it can be either or. I feel like it can be really adventurous. Like, what do I want to do now? What do I want to pursue now? But at the same time, it's like discouraging. Like, well, what do I do now? Like, I've been doing this for the past 10 years, 12 years, whatever. And like my whole adult life, I've been doing photography and creating for people. Even if it was freelance, even if it was, maybe I got paid $50 for it, but it's like I was still on a course of using photography and creating even some website design for people. And so it's like I've just been doing this for so long, and all of a sudden it's like this isn't happening anymore. I just can't get any more bookings. I've tried to do giveaways. I've tried to do, like, I hate resorting to giveaways, but it's like if it gets someone's attention, yay. And even like doing some kind of giveaway, you think people would want to jump? No, like that's not good enough. And I'm like, it's just been a very discouraging place to be at, where I watch my regular clients discontinue using me, and it's like less and less bookings. And even when I had bookings, people would like back out and be like, oh, never mind. And then people who would even give me false hope and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get with you soon for pictures. And then I would see them post on Facebook somebody else's pictures. And sometimes it'd be like, hey, they had a phenomenal photographer. I wouldn't choose me either. Like, sometimes the pictures are just like, they're so beautiful. But sometimes I'll see stuff and be like, I could have done better. Like, why did you not hire me? And maybe it was because they got it for free from a friend, but it's just like, really? Like, you could support a small business and you're going that route? Okay. Cue the Kristen Stewart look. Like, okay, fine. I don't know if you guys have seen all the Twilight bashing stuff of Kristen Stewart's like acting in Twilight, but I've never personally seen the films, just didn't want to. But now I kind of want to, from like a comedic standpoint, where she's just like, oh, okay. She just looks so awkward. Well, it's not really her as much as like how people like portray her. Anyways, they do such a good job though. It's kind of funny, but anyways, oh my gosh. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. You just don't know what I'm talking about. But just look up Twilight, Kristen Stewart's acting, and like it'll probably pop up all over YouTube because it's so funny. But anyways, so I've watched my photography get less and less and less, and it's just sort of like this thing of like, what am I doing? I'm not doing what I love, so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, if, and I told my mom, the thing about it is I didn't have to force it. I didn't have to try to make it happen. I didn't advertise. I didn't like decide one day, oh, I'm going to be a photographer. Let's take some pictures and like get a whole bunch of. That's not what happened. I literally was having fun creating, and people found me. People, it was organic. Like, people were jumping into my inbox. People were saying, hey, so and so told me about you. Hey, so and so told me about you. I want family pictures. Hey, so and so told me about you. It was word of mouth that literally got out. I did not hand out a single business card, and people were messaging me wanting pictures. And I think that's why it was so discouraging that all of a sudden something that was so natural, and throughout my whole business, that is how I got clients, was word of mouth. And there was one person that actually responded to an ad. I have a car decal on my car that says Lady Music, photographer, videographer. And I had this one person said they got behind me in traffic and said, my wife noticed your sticker, looked you up. I'm a musician. I need some pictures for my band, which was awesome. But out of my 10 whatever years of driving around with this decal on my car, only one person actually responded to the decal. Everybody else has been like word of mouth, or people would tag me on posts on Facebook, and then people would reach out to me and be like, hey, my friend told me about you. But again, word of mouth. Like, it wasn't something I paid for. It wasn't a funnel. It wasn't an ad. It wasn't a campaign. It wasn't handing out business cards, even though I did at one point. I did start passing out business cards, but I still feel like that did nothing, because I remember passing out to certain people like, hey, I would love to take pictures of you. You look like you could do modeling. Like, you're so pretty. Like, please hit me up if you need anything. Never heard from those people. Like, it was always word of mouth that got me clients and got me bookings. And it was all very natural. And I don't say that boastfully. I'm not bragging like, oh, I never had to lift a finger. Like, I was trying to work hard. I was trying so hard to get that momentum back and to get bookings back and clients. And it was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying so hard. And then when I thought about how it all started, when I started thinking back to the beginning, what was I doing? I wasn't trying, I'll tell you that much. I wasn't trying. I was creating for fun. That was it. And word of mouth traveled, and I started getting bookings. I started getting clients. I started getting noticed. Just doing stuff for fun, just because I loved it and I wanted to. And that's how I got started with pet sitting. I did not look for this. He's like, no hope for me. Just live right here. Monster, live right here. I have nothing better to do. I didn't choose pet sitting. It's one of those things where I tell people photography chose me. I didn't choose it. It chose me. Same thing with pet sitting. I didn't choose it. It chose me. I helped out a friend who needed to leave suddenly. Someone in their family had a heart attack and they needed to go to Florida, but they're like, we don't have time to board these animals. We need to leave in the morning. And my mom was like, Corinne will do it. She's got nothing to do. And I'm like, dang, okay. Yeah, I can do it. I have nothing to do. And there you go. 2 nights ended up being 8 nights staying at her house. And I really loved it. I felt like it was my house. I was taking care of it. I was cleaning. I was getting groceries. I was taking care of the dogs, coming home and like, it just felt like it was my house. And then she's like, we're coming back. And I'm like, what? No, don't do that. But it was the first time I ever did anything like that. And then after that, she recommended me to somebody who was looking for a pet sitter. And then that person recommended me to somebody else who was looking for a pet sitter. And then those people recommended me to somebody else who was looking for a pet sitter. And again, this grew organically. I think one of my clients that I work for now was looking online, and my dad dropped my phone number on the post, and they ended up calling me and having a conversation, and they said that they had a good feeling about it. And 3 years later, I'm still working for those said clients. But besides that one place where my dad recommended my phone number, everything else has been word of mouth. And again, that's word of mouth too. My dad just gave my phone number, and they had already interviewed 2 people, and then they chose me. So 3rd time's the charm, I guess. But so again, with pet sitting, same way. It was very organic. It was very natural. It chose me. It just kept building, kept happening. People kept mentioning me. And I've never had to advertise my pet sitting services. I've never had to say, oh, I'm a pet sitter, notice me. Like, I've tried to because I want to pet sit, like, in Pensacola, which I have done before. I want to pet sit in the mountains. I think that'd be fun. But I've never had to do that, though, to get bookings because it's been natural, word of mouth. It's just happened that way. And so I say that to say that when I look at my pet sitting, what I do now, and when I looked at my photography, when I looked at the things I had been doing and how things unfolded, it was just very easy, very natural. Didn't have to try, it just happened. And I thought to myself, maybe there's a reason why God is allowing this to fall by the wayside. Not that I won't be a photographer again, not that I will never do photography again. I don't feel like that's the case. I just feel like for some reason in my life right now, it's on pause. And I feel like in this moment, it's sort of like, well, what am I supposed to do during this break? Like, okay, God, that's fine, but what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to be focusing on? And at the same time, though, I am trying to just float and not fight the pause, not resist it. But at the same time, I'm trying to realize that I am enough. Even if I'm not a successful photographer, that I'm still enough. Even though I feel like I'm at a dead end in my life, that it's just sort of like, what am I supposed to do now? Where do I go from here? Being at rock bottom, I feel like I have no direction. I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. I'm a single person with no love interest whatsoever. I did meet one guy recently that was making a fuss about me. That was nice. But you don't want to just hand out your information to strangers. Like, it's like he seemed really nice. He was definitely interested, but it's like, can I give this person my phone number or should I just walk away? So I just walked away. But besides that one person, it's hard to meet someone with the way that I work, and being a single person whose business seems dead at the moment. It's like you feel like you're at rock bottom and you're in your 30s and you feel like you're supposed to be moving forward. You feel like things are supposed to be happening, like other people are having babies, which no thank you. Other people, I would love to adopt a child. Absolutely. Can't do that right now, but I don't want any kids of my own. But still, people are having babies, they're getting married, or they're starting their own businesses, or some people, I've been seeing a lot of people just picking up and moving away. Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you have the money to do that? And there's just a lot of things that I feel like I have been watching other people live their lives, and I'm stuck. And I feel like stationary is not the word. Sedentary, I guess, where I feel like I'm just, whatever that word is, you know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm just still. I'm just stuck in this place where I'm not doing what I love. I'm trying to on different levels. I'm trying to do what I love in different ways and create in different ways, which is another reason I'm making these podcasts, which probably no one will watch, but that's okay because I'm creating and I'm venting and I'm getting things off of my chest and I'm talking to the air. And maybe somebody might come across this and be like, oh gosh, that's me too. I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm at a dead end in life. And so maybe this might reach somebody and they'll be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I needed that. Like, I needed to find my corner of the internet that feels left behind in life, like just kicked to the curb. And so I don't know, maybe somebody would like to watch this, but if anything, I just know it's an outlet for me and it's fun for me. It's a creative outlet as well as like an emotional outlet of like, this is how I feel and I just got to get this off my chest. Like, life is not where I want it to be. I can't say life sucks. Like, my life is good. I have a good life. And even though I feel like I'm at a dead end and like nothing is going for me, I know that there's probably so many people in the world that would love to have my life where I get to take care of animals. I do get to travel when I have the time to. I get to be creative and dye my hair crazy colors. I don't have to consult corporate or is this allowed at my job? Like, I do whatever I want to. Like, it's nice. It's nice to have that freedom. It's a blessing. And And I get to go to the gym when I have time. For the most part, that I know of, I'm healthy and I am happy. I think I just struggle with feeling like I need more in my life, and or I at least want to do more. And it kind of goes back to that statement of I'm enough. And this is enough. My bills get paid. Sometimes it's tight and I'm like, oh gosh, am I going to make this deadline? But for the most part, my bills get paid and things work out. And I've also paid off one of my debts recently, so I have a little bit of extra money now, which is really nice. And trying to put that to good use, planning on getting a new tattoo at some point. So, I mean, my life isn't terrible. My life is good. It's just, I still have both of my parents. That is such a blessing because one of my friends just recently lost her dad, and another friend of mine just lost her mom. And apparently they died like a week apart, a week and 1 day apart. It was absolutely crazy how close their parents died. And so I know that I have blessings that other people would love to have, and they don't have those blessings in their life. So even though I look at other people's situations and I look at everything I don't have, I do know that I am blessed with what I do have. And I try to remind myself that where I'm at in life and what I'm doing, that it's okay. It's enough, and it's okay to be at this place that feels kind of stationary, that kind of idle, if you will. And I'm not trying to be idle. I'm trying to be productive during this time. I'm trying to create, and I'm trying to focus, like refocus, like what do I want to focus on? What do I want to pursue? Since I decided to just let go of the photography situation, it's like, I've been fighting this and I've been fighting it. Like, God, why aren't you blessing my business? God, please bless my business. God, please send clients. Please help me to build my clientele. Please show me, God, what I should be doing to get my business back up off the ground. Help me, help me, help me. And finally, it just kind of got to this point where it was like, I surrender, it's okay to surrender. It's okay to let go. It's okay to say, this just isn't my moment right now. For whatever reason, maybe I don't need to be doing photography. Maybe I don't need to have my plate full. Maybe there's something that I don't see that is going to happen, or an opportunity that's going to open up, and maybe I need to have an open availability. Or maybe God is allowing that to drift to the side because he does want me to focus on something else. And so I've been trying to just look at this from a positive perspective. Try to be positive. Positivity helps you to feel a little bit better and a little less dead. Negativity never was productive or helpful in any shape, form, or fashion. So I always try to be positive. So number one, be positive. But I try to come at this. I was going to say attack this. I'm not attacking this. We're not attacking. Oh my gosh. We're not doing that. Pandemonium just hit. They heard the dogs. No, go outside. No, we're not going outside, you guys. No, you are acting all crazy. No, we're not going outside because all y'all are acting crazy. No. I heard it, like one of the dogs barked out there, and I was like, nope, I gotta stop recording because they're gonna go crazy. So I'm gonna pause for. No, we're not going outside. You guys will act like crazy if I let you outside. No, we're not doing it. No, I knew it was about to get crazy. Like, no, Rio, leave her alone. Like, I heard a dog bark, and I was like, that's it. They're about to lose their marbles. I cannot, no, Hensley. So, no. All they're going to do is run to that fence and go idiot. So, we're not doing this. Hey, we're not doing that, okay? All y'all need to take a chill pill. I know if you want a butt rub, I got you covered, okay? I'll rub your butt. But we're not going outside. No. Anyways, okay. As I was saying, like, this is pretty much the only thing that's going for me right now is pet sitting. I need 5 arms, by the way, if anyone would like to donate an arm and a hand, like, that would help to have extra one of those to pet this amount of dogs with. Oh, so sweet. So this is like the only thing that's going for me is loving these big kids. I know. We're not going outside though because all you're going to do is bark and go crazy at the neighbor's animals. Oh gosh. Okay. That's all we're doing. Anyways, so I feel like this is the only thing that is still a success for me. I'm still getting bookings. I'm still having people inquire. I'm having to turn people away and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm already booked for that time period. I'm not available." And I'm like, that's the dream with photography. I wanted to be that busy that I had to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm already booked for that weekend," or "I'm already booked for that day," or "I've already booked up all the slots for this month, but I'm taking," which I have done before. I have had to turn people away and say, "I'm sorry, I'm only booking for next month because this month is already full of other bookings." So that was always the dream. My grandfather, he owns his own business. He's an architect. And he told me that one day. He's like, "I have 9 people on a waiting list." And he's like, I am swamped. I'm like, that is such a blessing. Like, dude, you're whining that you have so much work. You have people who want you, that they're on a freaking waiting list. And you're whining about it? No, thank you. I don't have time for that, okay? Like, that is such a wonderful problem to have. Like, must be nice. I wouldn't know because nobody's inquiring about me. Suck it up, Buttercup. I mean, sometimes I want to say stuff like that to my grandfather, who I love, but I didn't say that. But I did tell him that is such a blessing. Like, that's awesome. Why are you whining about it? Like, some of us can't even get 1 booking, and you have 9 people, 9 on a waiting list? Wow. Must be awful to have that. Anyways. So, the only thing that really is still going for me is pet sitting. People are still coming to me. They're still messaging me. They're still wanting to book me. I have bookings all the way to the end of the year. All the way into December, I have bookings from this month into September, October, some of November, and one in December that overlaps into January. It's a very long 2-week trip. So it's towards the end of the year, so it crosses over into January. So I'm thankful that there's at least one thing in my life that is flourishing and thriving. And so I'm like, well, I guess this is something that God is going to allow me to do, and He is allowing me to do it. But for some reason, photography, which is what I really, really want, is just not happening. It's not flourishing, and it's hard. But at the same time, it's like I'm trying to just surrender and release that. And say, "God, this belongs to you. This is my business, and this is my dream, and this is my love. But this belongs to you." And that goes back to living fully surrendered to God and fully surrendering to His will. That it's like, this is my stuff, but you gave it to me. So if He wants to take it away, that's His business. If God doesn't want to bless my photography business, that's His choice. And I can either fight it and be like, "No, God, it's mine. I want this to work." Or I can be like, God, okay, I'm letting this go. I'm putting this back in your hands. But what would you like me to do in the meantime? Like, what can I do in the meantime? And so one of the things that I decided was podcasts. Hi. But one of the things I also thought about doing was, besides work on my website, and making I have other video projects that have been filmed and they are in queue to be edited. So besides making videos, I thought about making merchandise because it's something I have wanted to do. I opened up my store. Y'all need to calm down because we're not going outside. We've had this conversation. I opened up my store last year, which was a big dream goal of mine, and I've been so busy. Hey, do you mind? Ignore the horse. I've been so busy that I haven't made any designs for my store, and it's really unfortunate and sad. And I thought, this could be a really good opportunity to really dive into creating designs for my store. So maybe I should take this time that I'm not doing photography and do that instead. So I'm not bored by any means. I have tons of ideas, things I can do to create. It's just, it's been really discouraging to feel like I'm at this dead end where nothing is going for me except for pet sitting. that's definitely happening. But to watch my photography business just drift away, and I, as much as I try to fight it and hang on to it and be like, no, I need to keep this alive, I need to keep it alive, to finally just surrender and be like, I'm gonna let this go. It's okay. And it might flourish again one day, it might pick back up again, but I'm just so tired of fighting it, and I get nowhere. And also too, like I said, thinking of how it all started, I'm like, I just don't think it should have to be a fight to make something work. And I could be wrong. I know that there's people out there that would not agree with that statement. Like, it doesn't work unless you do. I've heard that before. And, your dreams are only successful if you work or if you hustle, and, you can't just wish for it. You got to make it happen. And I've heard all those sayings. And I agree with it to an extent. But I also believe that there's this line where you do what you can do, and then the rest is up to God. And I feel like you can fight the system, you can advertise, you can throw money at people, you can make campaigns and advertisements, and you can just do all of this stuff and pass out all of this information. But if God is saying, no, we're gonna put a break on this right now, we're gonna stop, we're gonna take a break, just chill, a selah, we're gonna pause. If that's what God is saying, is we just need to pause right now. I don't think it's the end of my photography business. I don't think it's the end of my photography. I don't think that, but I think for whatever reason it's been like a pause. And I've been fighting it for so long that these past few months, it's like I've just sort of got to this mentality where it's like, I think I just want to surrender and just accept what is happening and try to move on and do something else in the meantime, pursue something else. But like I said, at the same time, it's been kind of discouraging trying to walk in surrender and just accept, like, okay, God, you're clearing my plate, you're allowing this season to happen, and you're allowing me to walk through this what feels like a dead time in my life, like a dead end. You're allowing this for a reason, but why? And what am I supposed to be doing in this time period? And so I feel like that's where I'm at. I'm trying to not be discouraged that, oh, God's holding out on me, or God just doesn't want to bless me, or God just doesn't like me. And that's why I'm still single, and that's why these guys that I do notice won't ask me out or give me the time of day. They're too afraid to ask me out or whatever. I'm like, if you're afraid to ask me out, then you're not man enough to be with me anyways, so screw that. But still, sometimes it gets discouraging. It's like, gosh, what's a girl gotta do, around here to get attention? And so it's discouraging to see things that people have in their lives that I'm still waiting for. And Wensley, get over it. No. And it's discouraging knowing what I want to be doing with my life and I'm not doing it, and just having to trust God that He knows what He's doing and release it to Him. And I mean, it's Wensley, hush. It is hard you're not going out there. No. You're not going out there till those other dogs are gone. No. And no. And I mean, it's a hard place. I'm just being completely transparent with this rant, that I am trying to remember that I am enough, and that it's okay, even though I don't like this season of my life, even though it feels like a dead end, and it just feels like I have just hit rock bottom. That's how it feels. With this big horse beside me. Yes. It feels like rock bottom for me. It feels like I'm not being successful, or I'm not thriving. And I know, girl, I feel it. I feel it, girl. We just tell people. I know you're so big. You're so big. It's a hard season to be in. Like winter. That's kind of where my life is at right now. It's like when in winter, everything is still. Everything is quiet because it's buried under the snow, or everything is, not everything, but a lot of things, I know, a lot of things are hibernating, so it's very quiet,
Okay, I'm so tired of all of y'all. Just go out there and go bark. Have fun. I'm so tired of this. Monsters, like, I don't care. I'll watch them.
It's just it's hard. It's hard to be in this season, and it's not. Plug my phone back in. It was almost dead. It's not easy to feel these things and to feel like you're behind in life, or to feel like things are just dead. It's not easy, but even in winter, when everything is still and it's really quiet, because animals are hibernating, the plants are dead, or it seems like they're dead. Seems like they're dead because they're not producing leaves. They're not producing that greenery anymore. So it seems like things are dead. Even frozen water, rivers and stuff that look frozen on the surface, they're actually still traveling underneath the ice. That water is still moving. Animals are still alive and still breathing, they're just asleep. And even the plants that look dead start blooming in spring. And so I know that even in winter, when it looks like everything is dead, it can actually still be a beautiful time of year. And there can actually still be things that are happening under the surface. You just don't see it. It looks like nothing is happening, but things are actually still alive. It's just happening under the surface until springtime shows up, and then you start to see the leaves and you start to see everything come back to life. And so I feel like I'm just at this place where I'm sorry, keep hitting my water bottle. I feel like I'm in winter. I feel like there's things that I should be doing, I should be creating. I don't look at this as a time of my life to do nothing. I think this is a time of my life to do stuff and to create. It's just having to find what I want to create. What do I want to work on? What do I want to pursue at this point? And that's why I said I want to do podcasts, and I want to make designs for, I'm sorry, my bangs are bothering me. I want to make designs for my shop, because I opened up my shop, this dream that I've had for like 15 years of having my own merchandise line, and I finally do it. I finally open it and there's no designs. So I'm going to start focusing on my designs. And so I feel like this is a time, even though I feel like I'm in winter and I feel like everything is dead, I feel like this is not a time to stop or quit. I feel like it's time to keep creating, keep dreaming, keep doing, and see what happens and what happens next and where do I go from here. And it is discouraging, and it's a hard season that I've been in, like this whole year. And actually I feel like it started last year, and I feel like I'm still going through it. And so it's hard, but I feel like it's definitely an opportunity to just do something different and keep creating and keep dreaming, keep doing. It just looks different. My life just looks different, and that's okay. And I just need to keep going. And so, anyways, just wanted to encourage anyone out there that may feel like they are in the same boat that I am in. Keep doing, keep creating, don't stop. And don't be discouraged. Like, just because your life isn't where you want it to be doesn't mean it won't be one day.